From Mkulia to Owen's comeback and Wayne being the winner, this season was very good at one thing: the drama. First, let's look at the pre-merge part of the season. MK and Julia were by far one of the best things about this new season of the reboot. What was truly great about their dynamic is that none of them lost their personalities because of their friendship. It was crazy how even after becoming allies, they were okay with backstabbing one another if it was needed. By far, one of the most interesting plots of the pre-merge was MK disguising as an intern and cheating on the challenges. That was not only entertaining, but also very iconic for her character. Yet their friendship made MK look more like Julia's sidekick rather than the independent player she was last season. On the other hand, Axel and Ripper's relationship was a terrible decision. This was clearly one of the creators attempting to make as many unexpected plot twists as possible. Although it was surprising, it doesn't mean it was also interesting. It was good for Ripper since he started to be more okay as a character and less gross, but it was a big character derailment for Axel. That was really upsetting for Axel's fans because the second she and Ripper were shown to be together, we knew that their story would revolve around each other. They were even eliminated together in the second episode after the merge. But what didn't really make sense, and was also a terrible writing decision, was how Axel seems to not care about Ripper after the elimination.
Yeah, been fun. See you around, maybe.
What? What do you mean, maybe?
But let's move to a more positive aspect. A great thing about this season is that the creators got rid of the boring characters real quick. Scary Girl, Millie, Emma, and Chase's storylines were over since the last season, and since no gimmick was added to their character, it was just a matter of time until they would become boring. Here they did a pretty good job even finding good reasons for their elimination, such as Lauren becoming too creepy and Millie behaving like the new Ripper.
You, Millie, are a Ripper!
Which, by the way, was a callback to Total Drama World Tour when Sierra said,
Way to lead, new Heather!
New Heather?
Yet, the producers wasted Nichelle's story arc by eliminating her before the merge. She made one of the biggest comebacks of the series, going from arguably the worst contestant to an amazing athlete. After a while, her early elimination became predictable since she didn't have much interactions with the other contestants. Nichelle's entire character was based on her training between seasons, so it was just a matter of time until this gimmick was coming to an end. The way she was eliminated due to Julia's fake contract was one of the biggest plot twists of the reboot. Sadly, we weren't shown how Julia actually faked the contract. That would have highlighted her villainous personality even more. On the other hand, Bowie gave up his villain role this season. We saw him having a big personality change, going from trying to win at all costs to putting his love for Raj in the first place. However, his interactions with Raj were a little weird. It felt more like Bowie was the third homie in the Hockey Bros group rather than Raj's boyfriend. We don't say it was necessarily a bad thing, but it was unexpected since they were last season's main couple. The challenges were very original and entertaining, even having references to famous TV shows like Squid Game. Most of us were glad that this season we didn't see any more of Chase and Emma's drama. Their story ended last season, and to be honest, it was becoming very annoying, similar to how Sierra and Cody were in Total Drama World Tour. Priya and Caleb's moments were very interesting, and built the story well to the point when Caleb started liking Priya back. Yet it became kinda annoying after a while in the post-merge part of the season. So, let's talk about it. Here, things started to go downhill. Caleb and Priya's relationship goes well for a while until Z spills the beans and ruins everything. The problem wasn't the relationship drama itself, but rather how the creators chose to extend it, because at some point, both characters had to suffer from it. Caleb losing most of his charm, and Priya's emotional roller coaster becoming annoying. It would have been better if the creators would have eliminated Priya early and make the Caleb vs. Julia rivalry more intense, rather than making Priya and Caleb breaking up and coming back together all over again. Another big problem is that there were not enough meaningful interactions between characters. Damien and Z were basically isolated, and there was not enough focus put on them. Caleb, Priya, Axel, and Ripper were too focused on their own relationships, while MK and Julia were too focused on their alliance. We don't even have to mention the Hockey Bros, who were together the whole time. It was exactly how in Total Drama All-Stars, the different generations contestants didn't really interact between them, and most of the contestants stayed with people that they already knew. but we can all agree that the one most robbed of potential character development this season was Damien. Let's forget about the fact that all of his character development from season 1 was thrown in the dumpster. Let's pretend it never happened. Still, this dude literally was in the top 5 and had nothing important going on with his character. We didn't see him make any personal connection with anyone on the island, he didn't make any progress with his strategy, and nothing changes in his character. At some point, he finds the immunity idol, but even then the creators give us obvious hints that he would eventually lose it. It is a shame since Damien really had the potential to be a more complex character, and even be one of the finalists this season. Yet we still love him and hope he would finally have some personal growth if there were to be a future season. Talking about wasted potential, Raj could have had a whole revenge arc on Julia after Bowie was eliminated, yet the idea was dropped immediately. We can understand that they had to work together in the cooking challenge, but after that, there was no reason for him to just get over it. Although it was sad that the creators decided to make Bowie the first boot after the merge, in the end it was a good decision. Most of his storyline ended in season 1, and now it was time for him to leave room for other contestants' development. We can think about his screen time in this season, a period of transition from the villain he was in season 1 to the possible anti-hero he could be in a future season. The possible merge eliminations felt like they were made last minute, and didn't have a strong reason behind them. Most of the time, it was a small thing mentioned at the end of the episode, like how Damien was eliminated because the Hockey Bros didn't want to vote for Caleb or Priya since they were just getting back together. The cameos were one of the best things that could have been done to this season. Not only were they fun, but they also connected the new reboot with all the Total Drama history, making it a worthy heir to carry on the name of the franchise. What was also interesting is that this season had some references to famous movies like
This is drama!
This is Sparta!
The Hockey Bros. Making it this far in the season was a problem since none of them had something really interesting to add to the story. Most likely they were there only to add more fun to the episode, and that would have been fine, but the creators really messed up in the last episode. The fact that Wayne won this season is the aspect that pissed off most of the fans, and is understandable why. But to be honest, for the majority of people, the problem isn't that he won, but rather how he won. You see, Wayne is a very loved character, but in both of the seasons when he appeared, he was always bound with Raj, making them work as a duo. The writers never focused on his personal growth, not even after Raj's elimination.
Wanna get married?
What?
Which was already too late in the game. Also, we have to remember that in this season, his intelligence was almost at Lindsay's level. So when he won the season, it felt like he won just because the creators didn't want Julia or Caleb to win. His win this season looked a lot like Owen's story in the original Total Drama Island, both being underdogs that no one believed could actually win. Yet, things are very different. In the original Total Drama Island, the dynamic between the contestants was very different. Everything was new to everyone, and most of the players didn't even use any strategies. The only one that played the game really strategically was Heather. On the other hand, in the new season of the reboot, strategy was a core element of the contest. That would have made it less likely for someone like Wayne to win. As for the grand finale itself, the 3 challenges were very entertaining. The creators balanced the other contestants' participation very well. Chris not letting Scary Girl be in any team since she can't cooperate was a very interesting detail. However, it focused too much on Julia's battle with Caleb, just so in the end, they could basically attribute Wayne's victory to his luck. So there it is, guys. What do you think about the new season? Make sure to tell us in the comments. Take care and see you next time with a brand new video.